So just want to thank Jen coming in all the way from New York. Now you guys are gonna see a lot of cool things like this New York, New Jersey family collaboration. About a lot of leads going back and forward already. Super excited. This is one that Chris Delgado, as he's my partner there in New Jersey, was like, hey, you got to meet my girl Jen. She's awesome with social media and training, and it hit on the right level because I was in Doral and there was an agent that was doing a training on social media. And it's something that like I always push you guys to do a lot of. And I started saying like, okay, yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. But fundamentally, I was like, man, but some people might not know how to do it. And I may say it's so good and it gives me so many results and to so many others, but I forget that everybody has a different level of a different level of like what's the word I'm looking for, John? Like a different level of like skill per se to be on social media. Some of us are good at social media because we're good on our iPhone, but some of us are a little behind, like maybe Marvin or something, but they got it done. But bringing someone in like Jen could teach you the fundamentals, how to do it, like the beginner side of it. She's going to do an intermediate side of it. I told her this is something that I want her to take a course and do this every single month. She promised, even though her Spanish is maybe better than mine, she promised to do one in Spanish. And but this is like a class, right? So this is one of those things kind of like Edgar did, or we have other individuals that do their own classes. So she needs to wow you guys, wow us. And I know she comes highly recommended. And from the little, I mean, we got on a Zoom and the little things I saw, these, I'm like, oh my God, we need to teach them this step by step. And without too much further ado, Jen, I'm gonna let you take over this whole thing. Yadi's gonna sit here where I'm at, but please teach this LR family all the tools they need to be badasses. You see, I curse only when it's needed, to be badasses in social media, to be able to sell, prospect, and network to their social sphere of influence. So take it over, Jen.
Thank you so much for the introduction, George. I thank you all guys, everyone that's here. Thanks for taking the time to come on to this Zoom. Like George mentioned, there is a lot of opportunities that you have exploring different platforms, not just Instagram. Today, I will be talking about Instagram only. And so, I want to dive right into the meat of the information that I'm going to give you here. So, how many of you, and I like to make these things interactive. I swear, I would love to have everyone in person because that's when I can really get a sense of the crowd. Where are people at in terms of their knowledge in Instagram? There's some people that they use it for fun, like most of us do, and some people use it a little bit more professional. At least we strive to, right? You guys are realtors, so your business is mainly to sell real estate. Nobody really expects you to become like or be a marketer, an expert marketer. And this is where we, the experts, come in hand and try to guide you and give you the skills that you need to excel. So how many of you would like to turn your Instagram into a marketing machine? I'd like to see some faces. Let's see, how many of you? Oh, who's there? Who's there? All of you? Some of you? I think most of us do. But better yet, why not turn Instagram into a platform that can generate multiple streams of income? It is possible. It is very possible, especially when it comes to Instagram that you don't really need to put so much money into it. You can do this and start growing it as you go. So I'm here going to be talking to you about three main things that you can start implementing right away. Like as soon as you get off the Zoom, you can start implementing those things right away. So first, I'm going to talk about, like I said, three topics: selling more properties using stories, generating leads organically, and then following your competition and get competitive. Okay. I am not having a slideshow here. I like to communicate with people because I want you to listen to me. I don't want to be showing you anything in the background because I truly want you to listen to me. As a matter of fact, you guys can get on unmute if you like to at some point so that we can have an interaction, a conversation as I speak. And you can also, just say, hey, like I like to ask a question or whatnot. You can do that as well. So how many of you are already using Instagram stories to sell properties? Anybody? One person. Okay. I'm gonna unmute you. I saw one person here. Ahmet, is that you? Can we unmute Ahmet?
Tell me.
There you are.
Yes. I am trying to help the client in the meantime, so that's the reason.
Oh, okay, you're a little bit busy there. Okay,
Yes,
anyone
yes.
else? I don't want to interrupt there, but try to engage here. Anyone else has done it in the past? No one else.
I do
okay.
it.
So the way we want to utilize Instagram stories by selling our properties, right? So we want to be, first of all, enthusiastic. I've seen a lot of realtors who are currently using stories and we're not maximizing exposure. Why? Because a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people don't have that much time, right? Everybody's scrolling through. You want to grab their attention. So you only have so much time to get to the point. So what I want to say is that when you create those Instagram stories, you need to get to the point. You're selling that house. You need to say, hey, here are 3 main things why you need to sell this, why you want to buy this property. And you number them, 1, 2, 3. The walk around should be really fast. I see a lot of people, the people that are using stories to sell properties are doing it, but they're so lengthy that you lose people. If someone is not following, saying something, valuable or grabbing that person's attention, you're gonna lose them right off the bat, right? So what you want to do is provide the information that your buyer needs right away. 3 points, 1, 2, 3. Might be location, it might be price, it might be urgency to sell that property, whatever it may be. That way, me as a viewer, as a buyer, I know what you're doing, what you're selling, what those key points are. When people are doing walkarounds, what do we do in the stories? Here's a bathroom. Here's you guys are gonna do that in your open houses. Don't get me wrong. That information is important, but the key thing that I want you to keep in mind here is people's attention span is not that long. Okay, people's attention span is not that long, so you need to get straight to the point. Also, when you're doing this, you need to be providing them with an opportunity to schedule open houses. That is your opportunity right there to promote your open house, right? Make it easy for them. How are you making that easy for them to schedule open houses? Put in a link, put in that link right away. I use Candidly. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Candidly, but I use Candidly to schedule appointments. You need to make things like this easy for people to do right away. If you give them too many tasks, people get lost. They're not going to find the information that they need. So you need to give them the information right away. This is the reason why I want you to buy this house. The seller is eager to sell. Price is negotiable. Property is in great location. And you do a quick walk around. Find the things that are going to be more attractive about the property. Make them schedule an appointment to look at the property. That's number 1 with stories. And there's a ton of other hacks, by the way, when it comes to stories that you guys can utilize to excel and sell more properties, get buyers, get more sellers, right? Because the seller wants to see what kind of job you're doing. If you're doing a great job, they're going to refer you more business, right? So essentially, that is what I want to say about stories and storytelling. If you guys are shy, that's going to be a problem. Okay, how many of you guys are shy? No shy people here. I love it. Oh, one. One shy person there. I'm not going to unmute you. Don't worry. You're good. So, if you're shy, let's start working a little bit on being on video, doing vlogs, right? And that's my next point. Generating leads organically. It's another thing that you can absolutely 110% maximize when using stories and when you are growing your Instagram, right? Blogging. How many of you are blogging at the moment? Aside from posting, nobody's blogging? What? Samara's blogging. Okay, good. Do we know what blogging is? No. Okay. Okay, blogging is a different way of saying, before we initiate it with blogging, blogs are content that is typed text. That's what it is. That's what you would know as a blog with a V. Vlogging with a V as in Victor, it's video content. Okay, so video content that is informing the audience why they're there and why they should follow you. So the way that I like for you guys to initiate vlogging is creating content, okay, in a chronological order. What I mean by that, buyers need to know what do they need? What are the qualifications for them to be able to buy a house, right? One-on-one, information to buyers on how to buy property. What are the qualifications, right? They need to qualify first before they go and get a mortgage. They need to have certain things straight before they go looking at property, right? So all that information you guys can start providing as value add to your audience. People want to see that you are the subject matter expert, okay, in your industry. How are you going to prove that, right? You're going to prove that by the information that you're providing them. And how else are you going to prove that is by providing information that is current, right? Current market trends. If you provide current market trends, it means that the information that you're giving, someone else might not have, right? I may find Julia or Chris, right, providing information that is valuable to me as a buyer. That means I now have trust in Chris, right? That means that now I have the attention of Chris because he's gave that information to me. People will buy from you, and we all know this as salespeople, because they like you and they trust you, right? So how do we break that gap? We break that gap by actually providing valuable information. Some of you, or a lot of you, may already have a hard time with knowing what to post, right? We're all doing almost the same exact thing. Posting the sold property, posting that listing, right? Think of who your audience is. Every single time that you're doing a post, you want to think about your audience. What do they think about that just listed post that you did? What is the end goal when you're posting that? How is that value to them? How is that valuable to them, right? Just listed, okay, great. Now you just posted a just listed post. All right, now what? What's the next step? All right, you may be putting your information, your name, your phone number, price listed. All right, that's cool. What else? What else are you providing that's valuable to that person that's looking at that post, right? That post needs to be not just informative about who you are, but it needs to give more than that, more value. You need to educate your buyers and your sellers. In retrospect, they need to understand that you're a subject matter expert that knows your market, right? So that's not enough. That's great to kind of keep consistency. It looks like a flyer. People don't go to social media to look at flyers. Believe me, they don't. They go there because they want to get informed about something. They want to be entertained. They want to be stimulated somehow, right? That's literally the word, stimulated. If you're not stimulating them, you're not grabbing their attention. That post and someone else's post is the same exact thing to them, okay? And there's a ton of competition out there. You guys already know this, right? There's a ton of competition out there. So what are you doing that that another realtor from another company is doing, right? That goes to point number 3. Follow your competition. Guys, believe it or not, you need to be following your competition, okay? And get competitive, right? Because there are other realtors that are on their A game and they are exposing and promoting their listings and pointing out those selling points, and they are providing valuable information. You guys as realtors, you guys have a ton of information. You have so much information to provide. There's no reason why you should not be vlogging every single day, honestly, right? We don't have just like, hey, let's, promoting the property that you may be listing or property that your brokerage may be listing. You have information that buyers need in order to qualify for that property, right? You have credit score, you have mortgage, you have all these things that encompass selling a property. That is content, my friends. That's content right there. Valuable content that first-time home buyers don't have right off the bat. They don't. They don't have it at their fingertips, right? Especially first-time home buyers. Now, rates have decreased drastically, right? Why is that? A lot of people are still trying to figure out, hey, is now a good time for me to sell my property? And here I'm just kind of like, giving your information out the water. I'm not the expert, you guys are, right? But these things are affecting everyone, right? Every single day. And every single day they want to know current market trends. You guys have a ton of content to give them. Going back to following your competition, there's a ton of times that realtors grow their social media, they post great content, and guess what happens? They don't follow up. They're not liking or they're not engaging with those comments. You definitely don't want to be that person that didn't answer back to a comment or a request that someone put into a comment, right? But you can do that. You can certainly be that person to connect with that buyer or that person who had a question in regards to that content. Why not? You can do that, right? Analyze what is it that they're doing better than you are and make it better and aggregate content. If you see that a realtor posted something that created a ton of engagement, guess what you guys want to do? You might want to talk about that same topic, right? And accelerate that return, right? That impact that it costs to get a lot of comments, to get a lot of likes, right? When creating the vlog, repurpose that information. Believe me, once you start vlogging and start making videos, there's going to be a point where you're going to say, man, this is a lot of work, right? So at the beginning, make it short, make it simple, but repurpose it. There will be someone else who's going to come to you and say, hey, Jasmine, what was it that I needed to do to get my score up, for example? Or what is it that I need in order for me to buy my first home? You might have already made that video. And if you have it in a chronological order, you can literally use that video and repurpose it and send it to them and have them share it. Tell people what to do. You have to let them know, hey, make sure you share this content. It's important, it's valuable, right? So all these things are extremely important. I want you guys to kind of like take it in, think a little bit about what is it that you're currently doing that another realtor is not doing, right? What sets you apart from the competition? When you get a listing and now you're promoting it, why would I go and buy and list my property with Chris versus someone else in another real estate company if they're going to be providing the same marketing platforms? They all do, realtor.com, what have you. I'm not going to go through the entire list of platforms, but we're all basically providing the same amount of exposure, right? But when you say, hey, I use my Instagram to accelerate the opportunities of selling your property, you're getting someone else's attention because people now know how powerful your social media platforms are, right? We all know that the stuff where like, hey, social media doesn't work, those days are gone. Okay, so before I lose too many of you, let's just get a show of hands and see, does that make sense, right? Those three main points that we talked about, right? Does anyone have any questions in regards to what I've discussed so far? Yeah,
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the information. I was wondering to do or make a link so they can go ahead and schedule an open house meeting. Where would I go to that to? Is it an app? I see here is an app or a website. What would I
It's
go
called
to?
Candly, like Candler. Sorry, like calendar, but it's Candly.
Candly.
Candly, yes. And you can schedule. You can basically post that in your bio. You want to use that very strategically as well, where you may have an open house, and you say, hey, to schedule an open house, click on the link. That's gonna be on your story, and boom, they just click on it. They don't have to go to your bio, search, figure out where it is. You don't want that. You want to make it easy for them. You want to give it to them right there, fingertips.
Oh.
Schedule it.
That's an awesome idea.
And they're booking it. That
Thank
makes
you.
sense?
That makes
Yep.
perfect sense. Thank you.
Anyone else? Have a lot of people in the second page that I don't see. If anyone else there you go, Kenley. Yep. It's posted on the chat, just so you know. All right, so here I am. I'm gonna dive right in. I'm gonna share my screen. So you can bear with me 1 second. Are you guys able to see my screen? Yes.
Yeah.
So I will go over different offers that I have to help you guys. It's all different for different budgets, different needs. And so this is just one of them. My agency can take care of managing your Instagram. So what do? We optimize your Instagram platform. we do the post for you. We brand your post. We use highly targeted hashtags. We make sure that your social media is growing along with that, okay? And we make a strategic marketing plan for you. This is on a monthly basis, and it's recurring, right? This is basically, it's a basic plan, but what we do is a partnership. This is not you handing over to me your platform and saying, here, Jen, kind of figure this out. No, that's not what we're doing. We are creating a partnership where we talk and we figure out what is the marketing plan moving forward, and we plan out 30 pieces of content that are going to be targeted or that are going to be repurposed for an outcome, right? Because what we want to do is not just grow your Instagram, not just get people's attention. We want an outcome. What is that outcome? To generate more sales, right? And we want to be able to track that. So that is the Instagram management offer. That's number one offer. Then we have, okay. Then we have what we put together for all of you guys, realtors, is to learn 2021 marketing strategies using Instagram. Now, this is a one-on-one session. I cover this in an hour and a half. We go over daily to-do lists, creating your a marketable Instagram handle. A lot of you They just still have the Dayland0824 handle or numbers, right? We want to think branding. People are going to remember you because your name, your handle means something to them, right? Or to the market, by all means. How to craft a perfect bio, right? A lot of us still don't know what we're putting in our bio. Believe it or not, your Instagram, it's your business card. That's what it is. When people look at your Instagram off the bat, they want to know, why should I be following you? Why, where, and how? Who are you? They're judging that first couple of pages, posts right off the bat. But first, your bio is extremely important. Then we want to use your highlights. What are the best ways to utilize your highlights? Okay, you can use that if you have more than one business. That is something that's going to be highly recommendable if you know how to use them. Okay, how to create content that converts. That's a huge one right there. That's where most people get stuck. You know, what content am I putting out that's going to give me someone to say, hey, Jen, you know, that post you did, you know, it was interesting. I want to learn more. I want to know, you know, what is it that I need to do? Can you help me? That's what you want. You want something to come to you and say, help me, right? Or help my friend, what have you. How to optimize your hashtags. That game is always changing. So you need to know the platforms that you need to utilize to optimize your hashtags. How many hashtags? What hashtags not to use, right? I bet you guys don't know. There's actually certain hashtags that would limit your Instagram profile from getting more exposure. There's banned hashtags out there, okay? How to organically grow your account. Organically growth there's a lot more value in having your Instagram grow organically, right? We want real people to be in that platform that have real questions, right? In order to get those sales growing, right? Those sales higher. And then I recently developed an accountability system. The accountability system is huge because a lot of us, the second thing that I always get people telling me is they post for the first 7 days and they forget to post the following week. And that's it. The game is over again, right? We don't want that. We want to build consistency. We want to become the subject matter expert. We want to be the authority in our markets. How do we do that? We can't just post twice or 3 times in a week and then forget the following 2 weeks. So the accountability system has been built to hold you guys accountable and to be posting constantly every single day, okay? So that membership, I forgot to include, but that's a 6-month membership. And the one-on-one session is $497, okay? The second opportunity that has been created only for lifestyle agents. So you guys are fortunate to be at this other opportunity. This offer is for a group session, okay? The group session is for all of you guys, just like you guys join in today, will have the opportunity to get all that information I just mentioned before, only at $97, okay? The spots are limited. There's a ton of you here. So there's only 20 to 25 slots for this. So first come, first serve. There are no promises, unfortunately, that it will remain $97. But we will try to accommodate as many people as possible. So the difference between something like this and, for example, any other program you guys might have bought in the past is that we do it live, just like we're doing right here, right? So I will cover all that information and we're doing it live. As I mentioned before, the course is about an hour and a half. So you guys gotta be tuned in. You guys gotta make sure you guys don't have anything else, doggies or our family in the background, to make sure that you guys can have access to your phones. So log in, when you guys are gonna log into that, make sure you log in from your tablet or your computers, because you guys will need your phone as we continue to move along the process of finishing up that course. So that needs to be available. Let me unshare the screen 1 second. Does anyone have any questions regarding the information I provided? Anything? Some of you are driving. Here we are. What's your name? I can't even pronounce it correctly. Come on. I lost you. 1 second. Roberto, is it Roberto or Pierre? I can't pronounce her name. Chris, help me. Guys, who needs to be unmuted right about now? Hold on a second. My screen is still. Where did I do it? No. All right, so who had a question? Anybody had a question as far as content conversion, utilizing Instagram to generate leads? Maybe everybody should now we can go ahead and there's a message here. Hold on, okay, group. Okay, I have people. You guys can unmute yourselves, by the way. To make sure that, let's see. Second. I have questions here. Chat. Is it okay? Is the group discount $97 a month for 6 months, or is it a one-time fee? It's a one-time fee. That was your question, right? It's a one-time fee. The 6 months membership, it's for the accountability program. That's the 6 month. The $97 is a one-time fee. We go over it in an hour and a half. We get your Instagram up and running, making sure that it looks good and that you have, you know, a plan as to how you're going to start utilizing it from here on. Basically, the information I gave you, but more in depth. We're going to start breaking it down and making sure that everything makes sense and that when people are coming in, you're repurposing that information, right? And that we're being, most importantly, consistent. Yeah, I'll repeat the 3 main strategies. Number one, selling more properties using stories. Okay, we want to sell more properties. So I'll do a quick recap. Sell more properties using stories. You want to do a walk around. You want to mention 3 main things why people need to buy that property. And you'll say it. There's 3 things why people want to buy this property. Boom, boom, boom. And you bang that out in the first walk around. Why we want to do that? Because people are not having all that much attention. So you only have a couple of seconds to get people to be interested in what when you're telling them, right? Number 2, generating leads organically. You want to start vlogging and providing market trends to your audience, right? That's not only going to be great information, valuable information, but it is also going to start generating what we want to say is an authority, right? You're gonna be an authority in your market. That's who you want to be, okay? And number 3, follow your competition and get competitive. Follow and see what it is that your competition is doing so you can make it better. Look at the content that they're posting so that you can utilize that same post. If you see that they're getting great results, you can go ahead and do the same thing, obviously with your uniqueness, but the content or the information that he's providing can be the same, right? Make sure that those comments and the people that are commenting on those posts, they're being catered to, right? If those people may be posting something, but there's no one that's actually addressing them or liking that comment or saying, you know, they have a question and they said, hey, so what was that list? What did you say that, you know, that's important to me as a first-time home buyer? You know, they might have a question and they're actually doing all the legwork, but there's no one there to follow up with them, right? So you as a competitor can be there. No one, you know, no one is blocking you or saying you can't do that. You can absolutely do that. They might not be happy, but it's gonna get someone on their toes to say, hey, you know, maybe I should be paying attention to my followers, right? So how are we doing? Hey, how are you? Who was that? Was that Yaritza? I heard someone there. Everybody, you guys can welcome to unmute if you have any questions.
Hi, Jen.
Welcome
Thanks for the incredible information you provided to us this morning. I think one of the things that I'm having trouble with, and I probably can speak for a lot of people here, is the fear of getting in front of the damn camera and speaking. You know, turning it on. A lot of us, I can tell you because I manage the office. A lot of us, I see them do it over and over and over. You're almost wanting that perfection, and it's something that I deal with myself. You know, so
of course, absolutely.
what can you recommend? What are your pointers to overcome that fear that a lot of us have?
As I mentioned, thanks so much, Robert, for joining me and speaking for the group, because I certainly know that that is a pain for most of us on here, right? We all have the fear of going on live, looking maybe like your hair is not done for the ladies, or for the guys just maybe not sure about what you're saying or how you're saying it, right? The key to that, honestly, I do cover some of that in our introductory class, right? Setting up those strategies. But as a key pointers is, number one, you're not going to get it right. You're not going to get it right. You got to be okay with messing up. And that's it. It really comes down to it, right? You're going to get over, you need to get over that fear, because that fear is what's stopping you. That fear is what's not allowing you to grow, right? None of us are perfect. We're all human. People who are watching your content, they also understand that, right? Sometimes we are, and we have all heard this stuff. This is not new, right? What I'm telling you, it's not new. We've heard it a ton of times. And this is the reason why the accountability system, you know, and it really does help you, because if someone doesn't hold you accountable, how hard is it to do those posts? Just the post, forget blogging. Forget blogging, right? But just the post alone, it's hard, because you're looking at your, you know, what you're typing, you're trying to figure out what information you should post, right? You're all in your head, right? The accountability system is built there, not just to make sure that you're posting consistently, but also to get feedback. You want to get that feedback. That is better off me tell you, like, Roberto, hey, you know, adjust this or make this, or this could be better, than someone else, right? And you're like, oh, you know, as you start to progress in your journey, right, of being exposed and market yourself, you're going to start seeing how the information you're provided is, number one, it's valuable. That's the thing that you guys need to think. Like all that information is super valuable that's not out there, right? And the fact that it's so valuable should motivate you to put out that information, right? And at the beginning, what I would suggest is make it small. If you're shy, if you make it short so that you don't stumble over your words and you start feeling a little bit more confident, right? You're gonna start seeing at the very beginning the fact that you even took the step. It's already glorified, right? It is, because people don't do it. And this is why I keep on telling you, follow your competition and get competitive, right? Because all the realtors are providing the same marketing tools to market their properties. But if you can excel and provide, another platform like Instagram as a marketing tool, now you're above the competition. You're way ahead of the competition because people are not doing that. If they're doing it, they're not doing consistently, right? And that's what I keep talking to you guys about. The consistency is what's going to build you, not only your confidence, but it's going to grow your platform, right? If I know that Roberto is posting every day and I'm looking to buy or sell my house, guess what? I'm going to be looking at what Roberto has to say today, because he is posting something new, right? If I'm going to another platform or something else and there's no one there, or they posted a week ago, how is that relevant? It doesn't give you authority. And that's what I keep emphasizing, right? So all those things are a combination that's going to get you to grow to the next level, that's going to provide a better service for your buyers and sellers, that's going to generate leads, that's going to turn into money.
Perfect. I feel motivated already. Thank you a lot for the information, Jen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much for the question. Is there anyone else? I love these questions because, like I said before, doing Zooms like this, I love it because I could get a lot of people on, and some people are driving, some people are attending to their clients while they're on the Zoom or whatnot. But these, having that personal interaction, man, I miss that. I really do, because everyone is not muted and we can really engage and figure out how is it that I can help you, right? 3 different offers that they put together there for different tastes, for different budgets, for different wants and needs, right? There's some people that are gonna say, Jen, you know what? This sounds amazing, but the truth is I can't handle this. So here, you take charge of my platform, and I would expect you to collaborate with me as a partner, because I'm not the subject matter expert. You're the expert, right? All I do is take care of the back end, the marketing portion of things, so that you can excel and you continue to focus on being the star that you are, right? But it's a collaboration. It's something that we do together, right? I just help you and guide you with kind of like holding your hand, making sure that that's getting done, right? But the second offer is a one-on-one, because even though we're gonna be doing the group discount, is because I'll have all of you here. I'll still be able to do a Q&A at the end. But if there's anywhere where you're getting stuff, hey, I'm always accessible, yes, but I may not be there exactly when you need me to, right? It's not so tailored to you. But as I said, the information will still be there. It will still be very valuable. The best thing I suggest for that day, get your espresso, get your Red Bull, get ready to work that day, and really, have the information. If you're already having thoughts in the back of your head about your brand, have that information offhand so that we can address it that day, right? I don't know. Is there anything else that you guys want to cover besides content that converts, or anything else that's crossing your mind? Francis, go ahead. You can unmute yourself. I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Can you unmute? There you are. I think so. Oh, nope. I can't hear you. You need to unmute. Oh, it's not, we don't hear you. No, we don't hear you. If you want, you can type. It's supposed to, you're supposed to be unmuted, but I don't know why we can't hear you. You can type the question. Oh, hold on, let me see. Someone said, I think, hold on, let's unmute you guys. I mean, I don't know how loud this is gonna get. Am I still the host? Give me 1 second. Let me just see if I can unmute all of you guys at the same time. Am I still the host?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Who's that?
Hector Chinea?
Oh, there you are, Hector. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we were muted by the office.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I'm still the host, I can unmute you guys.
Francis, you want to try again? No, we still can't hear you.
Oh,
Let me see if I can take her. Let me see if I can take her off mute. Hold on.
Yeah, I think he was still the host. That's why I couldn't unmute you guys. Nope. Everybody's still muted.
She's unmuted on my end. We just
It
can hear
shows
her.
that she's unmuted, but for some reason it's not. Yeah, because you guys are hosts. Let me.
Francis, are you on the phone? Click your speaker. Try that a couple times.
She did. You could see it when she
Yeah.
went off. But
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so then it was the
The
earbuds.
Bluetooth.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the
Go ahead.
question that I had real quick was when you're doing content, should it always be real estate related, or when you're doing vlogs, or do you want to do a couple of other different little things in there, or?
Sure, that's a good question, actually. So as I mentioned before, right? You know, you can grow your Instagram to be a money-making machine, honestly.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, it can be a money-making machine. You know, for those of you who have more than one business, definitely make the best out of it, right? But I also don't want you to be like, you know, how do we call it? Like, not, I don't want you guys to be perceived as not like subject matter experts and then post about 10,000 different things. That's not.
No. Right.
We wanna be strategic about it, and we wanna say, okay, let's say, for example, if you're a realtor, and I don't know, give me another thing that you may be thinking in your head that you wanna be posting about.
I probably about different areas, maybe not so much besides just like financial stuff. Maybe, you know, how to like organize to start a move or something if you're planning to move, little things like that do relate to real estate, but will also help in other areas.
Of course, absolutely, 110%. Because remember, your Instagram is not just for properties. It's not just for selling properties. You're a human being, right? And people are, like I told you before, right? Like, people are gonna follow you or buy from you when you start creating that trust, right? You filling in that gap. So the moment that you provide value, right? And it relates to moving, it relates to an attorney, choosing a best attorney, or how to get your inspection for your property. All those things align to your endeavor, right? Like your industry. It's all related, right? So
Right.
as much information as you come to provide value and connected. That is what you want to do, no matter what it is. There's so many things that you can connect to real estate. It's unbelievable. That's why I keep on telling you, you can literally utilize your Instagram and to generate multiple streams of income, right? Why? Because there are so many things that you can relate to homes, right? It's not just title, it's not just moving.